ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਲਾਈਵ ਟੀਵੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਤੇ। ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਟਾਕ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਬਿਲਡਰਸ ਫਰਮ ਫੈਸ਼ਨ ਟੂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਿਟ। ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਵਿਲੀਅਮ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਕੋਸ਼ਾ ਮੂਵਸ ਦੇ CEO ਤੇ ਫਾਊਂਡਰ ਨੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਿਨੀਪੈਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹ ਆਪਰੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਐਗਜ਼ੀਕਿਊਟ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕੀ strategy ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ 'ਚ। William, welcome to Punjab Live TV Canada. Thank you so much for sparing some time.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So let's begin with Kosha Moves. Can you tell us a little bit about Kosha Moves, what it is?
So Kosha Moves is it's a moving service platform where people can go on to find moving companies providing moving services, and then you also have moving companies on there that are providing those moving services.
So it's basically a platform, not just a moving company.
Correct.
Okay, so
Yes.
you have like a different moving companies on board, some sort of. Can you give us a little bit clarity on that?
So I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. So we've been in the moving business for over 10 years now. Just a traditional moving company, helping people within Winnipeg and surrounding areas around Winnipeg that are looking for moving services. So maybe about 5 years into helping these people looking for moving services, we figured, hey, there's probably a better way in which we could be helping people looking for moving services. And because it was just a generic company.
So it was an individual company, you mean? Like?
Correct. Yeah. So because it's just a generic moving company that was providing moving services, we figured, hey, how can we continue to sort of innovate in the industry and be able to provide moving services to people that are looking for moving services. So we figured, hey, we can build a platform that people can go on to look for moving services.
So you're basically giving option to the consumer to pick the moving company, if that's right. So you're providing a platform where they can come, and you mentioned like there are other moving companies.
Yes. So we're trying to make it easy for the consumer to be able to find moving companies, because in the past, like, I think the only option right now is maybe going on Google or Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji to find
And then call, and get
100%
the quotes.
call, send emails. Some people you get through and you get voice messages and this and the third. But we figured if we could have a platform that could maybe help curate, the people that are providing these moving services, just to make it easier for consumers to find people providing moving services, that would be helpful to the consumer, so to say.
So basically just a transformation like an Uber platform where they bring the fleet, like the different people, and then the customers can go online and they can get services anytime they want. So this is a moving company platform where people can go on and get all the quotes instead of Googling it or going to the marketplace, as you said.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah. So that's a great idea. How did you come up with this idea?
Because there wasn't anything in the market that was doing that in Canada anyways.
So it was a big gap.
Yes, we could see a lot of we could see like in different industries, people being able to bridge the gap of just finding making it easy for people to be able to find providers for the different things that we're looking for.
Yeah.
And we were not seeing it in the moving industry. So we figured, how can we maybe be the ones to help bridge this gap? And so it almost felt like a no-brainer, right? If every other industry was doing it, we thought, hey, we should probably be trying to see if we can do the same thing for the moving space.
And you can fill in the gap there, and you came up with a moving tech giant.
I don't
wish
know.
You luck. I wish you luck.
I don't know if we're a giant yet. Yes,
Wish you luck.
but yeah, like hopefully we can maybe grow to a place where people like find this as a place where they can find moving services.
Where they can find. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a brilliant idea, first of all. Like it's a kind of an innovation in itself when you start something.
Mhm.
It always takes a time, but as we always hear, like dream big. So we'll wish your company will be a giant soon.
Yes, yes.
But what challenges did you face at the initial stage when you kind of were planning or like,
So one of the biggest things that we found is because this is a new way of consumers being able to find movers, we found that not many people were comfortable with trying to find movers this way, right? If you're familiar with the moving industry in Canada, like we've unfortunately built this bad reputation for ourselves where most people don't trust moving companies, you know, and in part to do with ourselves, just in terms of not being able to, maybe not necessarily having aftercare when we service customers and things do go wrong. There's very few moving companies that will care for like the aftercare of like, hey, how was your moving service? Did everything go okay? Is there something we can help you with, or were you satisfied with your
so feedback and
with
follow up?
100%, 100%. Moving companies would have the tendency of maybe just being solely focused on,
Job is done and done.
yes. And if things did go wrong, not necessarily trying to see how you can take care of the company. Of course, you want things to go right, right?
Yeah.
But like in all businesses, you do have things where things don't necessarily go right. And customers want the whole full experience of not just when you have a good experience with your moving company, but how can you also help me out
Yeah.
if we don't necessarily have if we didn't necessarily have a good experience, right? So we saw that it was a challenge for consumers in the sense that they would get overwhelmed with the amount of choices they would have out there as far as people servicing them. Because if we're being honest, it's easy to start a moving company,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
there will be that overwhelming amount of choice and not necessarily knowing who to choose. And then maybe consumers would run into a problem where because they see this one thing that a company is offering them and they choose them. And then when they encounter issues with their moving process, they don't necessarily know who to turn to, right? But we figured if we can be this space where not only are we helping consumers with their moving process, but just giving them a full experience from point of purchase, you know, to the actual moving day and any after care that is needed by consumers after the move has
So
happened.
you basically provide them support and guidance throughout the process.
Exactly.
Not just like you book the job and you pay the money and done.
And we forget about you.
Yeah.
No, we want you to have a good experience from when you're looking for your movers to when you actually choose your movers to when your move is happening. And if for some reason you need any help after the move is completed, we're there for you too.
That's important. Once the job is done, everything is customer service focused. So if you do care about your customers and ask them if the help is needed, I guess they appreciate it. But obviously there are so many horror stories out there, right? After
Yes.
the move is done, like people are always hesitant because of the stuff. It could be expensive. It could be normal stuff, kitchen stuff, but
yes,
it does happen. So what do you consider when you, let's say somebody as a moving company wants to join the Kosha Moves platform? So what do you look in them? What do you look for? Do you look for company size or their experience, or is there anything special? Do you screen them through?
So it's not necessarily company size, but I think it's more so the intentions of the owner operator of that specific moving company, right? So company size, like in this, like let's say if the company was big, that will come with like obviously years of experience in the moving industry, which is invaluable.
Yeah.
But just because the company is big doesn't necessarily mean that that company will care for its customers, right? So I think what's most important in our say vetting process before we onboard new vendors or new moving companies onto our platform is what is their intention of that owner operator for the moving services they want to be providing, right? So if we think back to my own journey in the moving industry, I started as a small guy, right? I was the guy that started with a pickup truck and then later grew his business to several number of trucks, right? So in the same instance, say for me, because I've also had the opportunity of, say, working with other brokers that have patched on work to us to service certain clients. So if, say, the people that gave me the initial opportunity to want to work with us when we were just the small guy, if they had kind of looked at us and said, you know what, we don't feel comfortable working with these people because they're a small moving company, that wouldn't have necessarily helped propel us to where we are right now, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So I think because we, again, if we bring it back to my own journey, because we had the opportunity to be able to, for bigger companies to look to us and trust us in taking care of the customers because they could see and feel that our intention was proper as far as taking care of our customers. That's kind of like the sort of the same approach that we're looking to see with the different vendors that we're looking to work with. So if you go on our platform right now, so we have a few small guys on there that have maybe a year or two in the business that are doing really, really well. And then we have a few people on there that have like 5 to 10 years experience on in the moving industry that are doing really, really well, right? So
it all depends basically on their intentions, if they're in line with the focus of the company as well.
yes.
So yeah,
And ultimately, we want them to want to take care of their customers. That's like, those are the intentions we're looking for, right? Not necessarily negative
as long
intentions.
as they are doing a good job and no complaints there.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if they're a big company or a small company.
100%. Yeah.
So what response are you seeing in Manitoba? Are you Manitoba-wide now, or are you?
So so we've been in the moving industry for over 10 years, but the platform itself has been around for just a little over 2 years right now. So the adoption process has been slow, again, because a lot of consumers are used to talking to their moving companies over the phone. Maybe it's a security thing or lack of trust.
And also
thing.
that's what they are used to
Yes.
do. So.
Yes. So the adoption process has been a little bit slow, but we're working hard to try to get the word out there in the sense that there's an easier way in which you can find your mover, you know, and by sitting down with you and just doing different things, we're hoping this can kind of help maybe push us from just being Winnipeg and Manitoba focused to maybe somewhere down the road go national, so to say. Yeah, but at the moment we're primarily just Winnipeg and Manitoba focused.
And Manitoba focused.
Correct.
Yeah, soon enough, like it may change tomorrow, so it might be in Alberta, Ontario.
Yes, that's the dream.
But people always, obviously, they go based on today's trend is going on the reviews, right? So do you have that kind of process in place where they're a little bit more comfortable? So let's say if I book a move through your company, so how would I vote for you to say that, yes, I've used this platform, this is pretty like trustworthy platform to use? Yeah,
so we have at the moment we kind of have like a 2-tier review system, right? So when a consumer has the opportunity of like experiencing moving services through our platform, they have the opportunity of like leaving a review with the vendor that they had helped them with their move, right? That's helpful for like other consumers going into our platform to also look for.
So if someone is just navigating through to see, is not sure yet, but they can still see like what reviews other people have
within the platform itself.
Within the platform, yeah.
And yes, and then a secondary one as well, say like if you're on Google itself and you're looking for moving services and you stumble upon Kosha Moves, we have Google reviews as well on there, right? Because that's a
Yeah.
big thing for any
Yes.
business, right? So we definitely have like our Google reviews as well up there that people can go to see where we're at. We have a fairly decent rating right now, and we're hoping to keep it that way, so to say.
Obviously, when you keep up the good work and do have your customers in mind all the time, not just a platform where you book the job and you're done,
Yes.
customers always appreciate that. And the fastest way is word of mouth.
Yes.
So the more people use your platform, they will be more comfortable with. And once the delusion is gone, yes, this company is reliable. Yes,
Mhm.
they have really good companies on board as well. And I think that's gonna boost it pretty good and quickly.
I agree.
And
I agree.
also, like, I appreciate your time. So you're also not sticking down to one traditional way of advertising. You're engaging in other communities too. And especially our viewers are going to find out Kosha Moves, that it's a Winnipeg invented company. So obviously you should get that support from the
I hope so.
Winnipeggers too.
I hope so.
And
Yes.
right now you see the government is also saying buy local kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's a good time for us
It's
right now.
a very good time. Very good time to advertise. Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
But when moving comes in mind, let's say someone got a new house,
Mhm.
they're always until last minute panic, hesitant. Like moving is a big task for them.
Yes.
What would you suggest to people, like a tips and tricks, like how you can make it more comfortable?
Yeah. So moving, it's a preparation thing, right? It's not one of those things that you want to get active with the day before you have to go,
Mhm.
right? I feel like if you're certain, like, say you're in a home and you're in the process of like selling your home, right? And you're certain, hey, as soon as we sell our home, we might get like a month or two before we have to give up possession,
Yeah.
right? If you have a few of those timelines already in place, you around the same time that you're looking to sell your home, you want to start looking for, hey, who are we going to have assist us relocate, right? The more lead time you have into preparing for your move, the less stress you're going to have like on actual moving day, right? Because I think people make the mistake of thinking they are minimalists,
Mhm.
even for the minimalists, until they actually start packing for their move, and then they get overwhelmed and go, oh man, we actually have a lot of
We
stuff.
should have booked somebody.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff going on there. We should have started planning for this way ahead. We should have started the packing process way ahead. We should have probably found a mover way ahead. So I think it's just the biggest tip I would give to everyone is like give yourself enough time to prepare for your move.
Well, that's very good information for our viewers too. And thank you so much for your time again, William. Really appreciate it. And you're also inspiration to most people as well who always draw and erase, draw and erase. They want to come up with a plan, they want to get into the business, but then they always being hesitant or for some unforeseen circumstances,
Right.
they're unable to execute it. But from a self-employed point of view, and especially CEO and founder of Kosha Moves,
Mhm.
what words of wisdom would you like to share with the audience?
I think my biggest advice to people that are trying to get into the business world is we hear this one all the time, but is essentially never give up, right? So I, a quick backstory again to my journey with Kosha Moves. So I want to say that Kosha Moves has been on the market maybe just a little over 2 years now, right? But
Yeah.
just the initial journey of trying to get it on the market was not the easiest thing to do, right? I think we went through, I want to say maybe four or 5 different cycles of engineering before we could find like the right people to help us build the platform that we're trying to build, right? So I feel like if I had, if we, by maybe cycle 4, if I had been like, hey, this is not going as we want it to go, and stopped, we would not be in a space where like we have the platform on the market right now. And we've done a little bit of business over the 2 years to just know that, hey, this thing went from just an idea to, or we now have proof of concept that it actually works. And there's people that are out there saying that they like it. So we hear this one all the time, but it's a real one. And I just want to say, everybody out there, just never give up.
Hang in there.
Keep
Don't
pushing.
give up.
Yeah.
Keep hustling.
100%. 100%. And we're not even where we want to be. So like in the same concept of never giving up, like we are trying to push till we get to the place where we feel like, okay, you know what? We did it type thing.
Always
Yeah.
dream for more, dream for more. There's
Yes.
no limits in the business always.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So right now you might be focusing on going Canada-wide.
Yes.
And once you achieve that goal, you might be thinking North America. And
Yes.
then like so on, right?
100%.
Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
ਸੋ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਇਹ ਸੀ CEO ਆਫ ਕੋਸ਼ਾ ਮੂਵਸ ਵਿਲੀਅਮ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਲਾਸਟ ਮਿੰਟ ਤੱਕ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਲਦੀ ਹੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੂਵਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇਨਕਲੂਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਪਲਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਸੈੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਪਲਾਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖੋ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੂਵ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸਟਾਫ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਰੈਪ ਕਰਨਾ। ਗੁੱਡ ਮੂਵਰਸ ਵਿਲ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਟੇਕ ਕੇਅਰ ਆਫ ਯੂਰ ਗੁੱਡ ਸਟਾਫ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਟਾਫ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੈਲਿਊਏਬਲ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੂਵਰਸ ਵੀ ਉਸ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਲੱਭਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਮਾਨ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੈਕਿੰਗ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੈਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਵੀਂ ਡੈਸਟੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਸ਼ਾ ਮੂਵਸ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਆ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਤੇ, ਗੂਗਲ ਪਲੇ ਐਂਡ ਐਪਲ ਪਲੇ ਸਟੋਰ ਐਂਡ ਗੂਗਲ ਪਲੇ। ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਲਈ ਬਸ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਅਗਲੇ ਹੀ ਟਾਕ ਸ਼ੋਅ 'ਚ ਜਲਦੀ ਮਿਲਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਇਨਵੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਚੰਗੀ ਲੱਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰੋ, ਸਪਰੈਡ ਕਰੋ। ਕੋਸ਼ਾ ਮੂਵਸ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਨੀਪੈਗ ਦੀ ਲੋਕਲ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਹੈ। So let's come together on board to support this great initiative. Thank you for today's time, and thank you, William, again.
Thanks again for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Guys.
Yeah.
That's it. I think it still went long, but we'll
Yeah.